Hello Zebra Herd and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. And today we're gonna be going ahead and doing our biggest spending spree to date on PvZ Heroes at the least. Maybe not, compared to like our Garden Warfare 2 spending sprees, but it should be pretty darn huge because we're gonna be opening up 30 or 40 Galactic Gardens Packs. If you guys do not know, the first ever PvZ Heroes expansion has released, which is Galactic Gardens. I made a few videos on it yesterday that you're definitely gonna wanna go check out to get yourself all caught up on this expansion. But today, we're gonna be opening up so many of these packs, hopefully to fill up 20 or 30 minutes worth of a video. It'll be huge. But before we get started with that, I do wanna address one thing. Thank you so much to PopCat for sending me a bunch of gems so that I can use them to make videos for you guys. It's super duper appreciated and it will help me make a ton of awesome videos that hopefully you guys at the Zebra Herd will enjoy. With that being said, let's get started because we gotta go over to the packs over here. And if you guys don't know, with the Galactic Pack, it only includes Galactic Gardens cards, so you won't be getting any of the base set cards, so don't worry about that. So if you just want Galactic Garden stuff, you gotta get this pack. Now the sort of the vice versa works also, you won't be getting Galactic Garden stuff out of the base pack, so you have to choose one or the other. But we're not gonna be worrying about the base stuff today, we're all in on Galactic Gardens. I'm gonna be opening up, the 10 pack each time, which is gonna be 10 pack plus 1 bonus, but the Galactic Pack includes 6 Galactic set cards, at least 1 rare, super rare, or legendary, and of course, like I said, 10 packs plus bonus. Let's go ahead and open up our first one, and we're gonna be going through and like combing through each and every card, because I don't know too much about this Galactic Gardens card set so far, so I'm super glad to check it out. But let's open up 11 of them right now, and hopefully we can at least get ourselves a few legendaries. Some of you were letting me know that with the 2 free packs you got, you guys were getting like multiple legendaries, which is insane. But we're already getting tons of cards I haven't seen at all. Some of these are familiar from yesterday's episode, but some of these, or most of them, I just have no clue what I'm looking at, so that's super duper cool. Okay, man, this is awesome. I like these. Ooh, I've seen some of these cards. Like the cards I have seen, I know are good, but there are uncommons and commons. Here are our rares. Very, very good. We're getting multiples of some things, which is fantastic. This is 11 packs, mind you. So we're probably gonna be opening up 30 or 40 of them, depending on how long this video ends up being. Ooh, and we're getting some super rares here. How many super rares are we gonna end up getting? So far, 3, which is good. We'll continue though. We got 4 now. 5, it just keeps going. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And it looks like that's it. We did not get a legendary this pack, but that's okay, because we can try to get some later. We got a lot of green shadow strategy decks growing stronger now. And that's sort of a big goal for me soon, is to complete my first ever strategy deck, because that's something I've been working on for a while and I just haven't had the chance to do it. So hopefully we do get that soon. But so far, we're getting close with some things. Even if it's just a few at a time, that's what's gonna, make the big change for him. But it's been tough doing that, especially since all of the strategy decks now are updated to add Galactic Gardens, sets. So that's sort of something before, like I was way closer to completing a lot of these strategy decks before the update came out, because now they've changed them to fit this update. So it's a little bit more to catch up to. But once we actually finish some of these strategy decks, we'll be sure to show them off, because that's always a bunch of fun to do. But wow, it just keeps going. Okay, it finally finished. So let's go through each and every card, or at least the ones I'm not familiar with, which is just about all of them. And we'll go ahead and check those out. And if you want to see the cards I am familiar with, all you have to do is check yesterday's episode. But we got the Photosynthesizer, which is a plant trick, and a plant gets +2, conjure a Galactic Gardens card. So anything out of the Galactic Gardens expansion, that's pretty huge. And that is an uncommon, only 1 sun, defensive card. We got a 2 sun defensive card, Spikeweed Sector. It is a root environment card. Oh, I've seen this in action. Before combat here, do 2 damage to a zombie here. This one can be tough to go against because, you already have to take 2 damage before you even get to do combat in that lane. So you need a card that has more than 2 health to even survive through the combat. So that's pretty darn tough right there. That's a pretty good environment card right there. We have a 3 sun, 3/3 planter. Now I think we've seen this guy before. He is a tree root plant. While in an environment, this guy gets +1/1 and bullseye. So he's already a pretty strong plant with 3/3/3. That's pretty good. But also he gets a little bonus when he's in an environment. So he would work really well with that previous, environment card we just had, the Spikeweed one. This is interesting. This is a 1 sun banana bomb. Do 2 damage to a zombie. All right then. That's sort of pretty simple, but I mean, that's actually pretty, you know what it reminds me of? They removed those cards back from the beta, but they used to have flick cards where, you know, it's just like 1 sun, 1 damage, and they had it for the zombies too, 1 brain, 1 damage, so it's just flick and do 1 damage. But this is a little bit better because it does 2 damage, so besides that, it's exactly the same. We have 2 sun Mushroom Grotto. When you play a plant here, make 1/1 Puffshroom with team up in another random lane. So, interesting. This actually would work really well with like Nightcap if we can play it with Nightcap. But this is a mushroom environment one. That's a pretty darn cool one right there. And we're gonna be taking our time going through this. Oh, this looks cute. It is the Sweet Pea. It's a pea plant. When played, move a zombie to this lane. Okay, that's not too bad. That's 2 suns. So that works out pretty well with Iron. And this is the Vegetation Mutation. For 2 sun, you can all plants on heights and environments get +2/2. Ooh, that's really good too. A lot of synergies with environments. This is the Mars Flytrap. When this hurts the zombie hero, steal a section from their super block meter. Really? Interesting. So that's a really good like anti-defense, I guess. If you're going against somebody like Rust Bolt, who, you know, relies a lot on their defense and maybe even some of their, you know, their shields, this can really help a lot. So that's pretty good. Planet of the Grapes. When a plant here hurts the zombie hero, draw a card. Now we've ran into that in yesterday's daily challenge, so we know about that already. We have Leaf Blower. This looks pretty cool. This is a leafy plant, 4 sun amphibious. When played in an environment, bounce a zombie. That's not too bad. I mean, overall it's a decent card for its sun and what it's doing, especially since it's amphibious, but its effect is okay, I think. We'll have to see it in action. Here's the Cosmos. Now this is something I'm really excited for. We've got 4 of them, which is really cool. Because this guy's really cool. When an environment is played, this gets +1/+1. Now that's gonna be huge for environment-based decks. You know, like Cosmos is gonna be like one of those must-have cards. That's really cool to see that we have 4 of them now. Apple Saucer, I like this guy. When played, if you made at least 6 sun this turn, this gets Strike Through. That's not too bad. I mean, that's sort of like an interesting card, but it is 2 suns, so it's a relatively like inexpensive card. For 3/2, actually, yeah, 2 suns is pretty darn good. So I like that one a lot. That would definitely, you know, I'd put that like in a Solar Flare deck. Yeah, because that's a sun card. Okay, so let's go here. The Venus Flytrap Planet. When a plant here does damage, heal your hero that much. Okay, so this is an environment based off of Venus Flytraps, which do the same effect, but you know, sort of this is to a larger scale. So that's actually really good. Like that can turn around the game if you can get the right character on top of that. So plants here get -1/1. And this is, oh, this is a zombie environment. Okay, then -1/1 to all plants there. That looks sort of scary, but pretty cool. Is that like -1/1 when the environment is played, or every time a plant gets placed on that environment? I'm not really sure. Every turn, maybe? I think they didn't really specify too much. It's pretty weird. We got Alien Ooze. A plant gets -2/2. If it's on heights or an environment, it gets -6/6 instead. I think we've seen that before too. That's a pretty killer card. We got the Surfer Zombie. Vacation Sports Zombies. Amphibious Frenzy, which is interesting that this is in here, seeing how it doesn't seem to have too much to do about space. Here, he used to hang 10 with the best of them, but ever since he lost that toe to a shark, he hasn't been able to hang more than 9. Yeah, there's nothing about space for this guy. This guy's weird. This is like a Silver Surfer reference that I'm missing, but Cryo Brain, Gourmet Trick, you get +1 for the rest of the game. That's actually a decent one. I think we've seen that one before, but the +1 brains throughout the rest of the game, that's gonna be pretty good, especially if you're going against somebody like Solar Flare. You can at least match them in their incoming sun, which is good. We got Medulla Nebula. When you play a zombie here, you get +3 this turn, 3 brains. That's actually pretty good. Another one that's sort of similar to the previous card, but it's an environment, so yeah, I think that would work really well with like, I guess Professor Brainstorm would be a really good example of how all that could work. A Moonwalker, Dancing Science Zombie. When played on heights or an environment, this gets +2/+2. So that's pretty good. It seems like there's a lot of stuff based on heights here. I guess we're sort of, you know, approaching heights as almost a form of an environment. I don't think officially it is, but they sort of like, you know, treat it almost the same. This is interesting. The Loose Cannon, and I don't know what that effect is. Overshoot 2. Before combat here, do 2 damage to the plant hero. Oh. Okay. Now is that 2 damage? It's just flat out 2 damage. It doesn't seem to have an effect on, you know, the imp's base damage. So I'm guessing that even if you increase the loose cannon's damage, it would still only be overshoot 2. I've never seen a card like this before. That is really weird. I like it. We got Meteor Z environment. Zombies here get +2. which is pretty cool. That's a pretty simple one. Some of the environments are nice and simple, and I really like that. We got the Space Ninja, professional zombie. While in an environment, the first time each turn this does damage, do 1 damage to each plant. Okay, so I sort of read that weird, but I think I get it. So it's gonna be doing 1 damage to each plant, maybe even including the hero, but probably not, because usually it'll mention that if it is also the hero. But that's gonna actually do a lot of damage. That's pretty good. And then we got the Cone Zone environment. Zombies here get +3. That's gonna be great for hardy heroes. Celestial Custodian, Garbage Mustache Zombie. When played in an environment, destroy a plant with 2 damage or less. Okay, interesting. So that's actually another great environment card. It's decent on its own. It looks like you really need the environment to make that one work. Frosty Mustache is a mustache trick. Freeze a plant, conjure a mustache. What do you mean by, I guess, like, what other things would be considered a mustache? I guess like a mustache type card, right? So like a zombie that has a mustache, that could also be spawned in here, but we have 2 of those, which is pretty cool. The Ice Pirate, Pirate Zombie, Gravestone. When revealed in an environment, freeze a plant. Another environmental one. This card sort of seems okay outside of that. You know, the fact that it's Gravestone and it is only 2 brains, it seems to be a pretty decent card on its own, but definitely you wanna be able to put it in an environment. Starch Lord, look at this guy. Root Plant, when you play another root, that root gets +1/1. Start of turn, conjure a root. Pretty cool, I like him. We got the Banana Peel, and this is actually, I think we're moving on to the rares now. Oh no, we were already in the rares. How many rares have we gone through? Just 2, okay, so this guy's rare. This is the Banana Peel, banana trick. Move a zombie, conjure a banana. That's okay, that's not really all that crazy, but it is only 1 sun, so that's actually pretty decent. Getting more cards in your hand is always good. Cosmic Scientist, whoa, look at this thing. Science Zombie, Bullseye. When played, conjure a science card and it gets Bullseye. Wow, okay, that actually sounds really good. Now I think there actually might be like a line of these cosmic characters, like there's different kinds of cosmics. So that's interesting, hopefully we see more of those. We got the Triplication, Imp Gargantuar trick. Conjure an imp, a zombie, and a Gargantuar, holy cow. For 4 brains, that's a steal. I mean, you still have to like play those cards, but the fact that it's so specific and you get guaranteed 3 cards, that's really good. Final mission, science trick, destroy a zombie, then do 4 damage. That's actually another one. Then destroy a zombie, then do 4 damage. 4 damage to what? If you're destroying the zombie, then what do you do 4 damage to? Huh, maybe I get to choose where it goes, but either way, 1 brains, once again, that's a crazy strong card. Cosmic Dancer, I might be right here, and this is another Overshoot card. Overshoot 2, or Overshoot, not Overshirt. Overshoot 2, when played, conjure a dancing card, and it gets Overshoot 2. Okay, why is that so hard for me to pronounce? I don't know. Interesting. Cosmic Sports Star, look at this. Oh man, that's what I want for an all-star legendary right there. I think we actually saw this guy in the previous episode, yeah. But yeah, I wanna see him as like an all-star legendary in Garden Warfare 2, that'd be cool. When played, conjure a sports card and it costs 2 brains less. That's gonna be pretty crazy, especially for those sports-based decks that who has a sports-based deck? Z-Mech does. He has a really good sports-based one. Sorry, my phone was begging me to update its software, but I was like, not right now. We get the Cosmic Imp. When played, conjure an imp, and it gets deadly. Very, very cool. And of course, this will go faster once we open up more and we start getting more duplicates, but we're not getting many duplicates right now, so we get to go over a lot of it. This is the Red Planet. Plants here get 5/5. That's a pretty big environment. Of course, that's sort of a mid to late game environment, but geez, talking about turning around the game with that one. But these, I think we're made our way into the super rares. I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, we've made our way into the super rares. This is a Star Wars reference here. This is Cool Bean. When played, freeze all, I burped. When played, freeze all gravestones. I didn't even know you could freeze a gravestone. I'm guessing just for 1 turn, but I guess that's actually a really great one for certain deck setups, so that's really good. Area 22, zombies here get +2/+2 and Frenzy. That's actually a really good environment right there as well. Frenzy is really crazy. So Wormhole Gatekeeper, look at this lady, she is super cool. History Science Zombie, 3 brains, it's 2/5. Bullseye, each player draws an extra card each turn. Wow, I like that a lot. There's gonna be one for Professor Brainstorm for sure. Planetary Gladiator. Armored 1, if your hero would get hurt, this gets hurt instead. So it's almost like a mini soul patch A very mini soul patch, but a mini soul patch nonetheless. And once again, a 1 brains, 1/3 armored 1. That's gonna be like, if you play that turn 1, it's gonna stick around for a little while. I like that one a lot too. And that's everything. I think that's everything for this first pack. We got a lot of stuff there. Of course, that was for 11 packs, so it makes sense that that's what we get. But let's go ahead and collect all of that. Now, I don't think we got anything like any more than like 4 at a time there, so I don't think we got any duplicates that we can turn into sparks yet, but we'll check that out at the end of the episode. But we're just gonna go right ahead, open up another 1,000. Once again, I wanna do like at least 30 packs. So this one and another one, and we'll see how long the video is at that point. I don't want this video to be going on for like an hour, you know? But we'll open this up and see what we get inside. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, you can go ahead and show some support in the comment section and by leaving a like, and it'll let me know to get to another spending spree soon. We're seeing some new stuff, seeing some repeats, but that's sort of what I wanna see. You know, I wanna be able to have 4 of each card, so we're gonna wanna see some repeats from time to time. Luckily, it seems like we're seeing just about even amount of repeats and new cards. We're getting some rares now. Those are all of our uncommons. It looks like there aren't actually any commons to this set. It's just uncommons, which makes sense. So we're getting a lot of rares this time. I think more rares than last time. What about super rares? That guy is new, haven't seen him before. Oh, look, that's the Tactical Kook. I like that. That's from God of Warfare. And we got that one guy I just saw before, and is that it? Ah, man, no legendaries again. We are not lucking out with the legendaries today. I'm really hoping next pack, you know, blows me away, but we gotta wait for this to fill up a little bit more. Okay, it's finally done filling up. I think the closest one we have is 32 out of 40 here for the Furry Friends deck for the what's his name, the Smash. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to fill that one up because that's actually a deck I use a variation of quite often. And then the easy peasy we almost have all filled up. So let's go ahead and see the non-duplicates that we got here. And now a lot of this, like I said, ends up being duplicates like the photosynthesizer here. Now we have 5 of them in total, so that's something we can recycle. We can recycle that, we can recycle some of that, we can recycle some of this. We can recycle some of that as well. Ooh, the Invasion Species. Oh, look at that, it's the weed from God of Warfare 2. This is the first time I've seen the weed in PvZ Heroes. That's very cool. Invasive Species, while in an environment, this gives +3 damage. Not bad, I like it. Call me a weed, go on, I consider it a compliment. Interesting. Coffee grounds, plants here get double strike. I think we've maybe seen this before, but we have 4 of them now, so that's awesome. The Sweet Pea we've seen before. We're one way from having maxed out there. And the Vegetation Mutation, all plants on heights. Yeah, we did see that one. The Mars Flytrap we saw. Were those commons actually? No, they're all uncommon. So yeah, I really don't think there's any commons part of this, which makes sense. We got the Leaf Blower, seen that already. Cosmos we've seen. We actually have more than 4 of him, so we could start recycling him. We saw the Venus Planet. What haven't we seen here? Let's just keep going through. Cryo Brain we've seen, Loose Cannon we've seen, Meteor Z. A lot of duplicates here at the beginning. I'm glad to see more Space Ninjas though, but I think we're almost done with the uncommons here. Ooh, so, no, we saw him. I was gonna say, what is this guy? I already know. Oh, Cosmic Mushroom, here's a new one. One played Conjure a Mushroom and it gets +2 damage. Very good, I like that one a lot. Sort of similar to all the other Cosmic ones. Speaking of what's Cosmic P, double strike when played Conjure a P and it gets double strike. Pretty simple stuff, but I really like the Cosmic line of plants. And the Cosmic Flower, which is actually our first rare. Oh no, I think all of these have been rares. But the Cosmic Flower, strike through when played, conjure the flower, and it gets strike through. There's actually a lot of good sunflowers, or just flowers, that I would like to see with a strike through. You know, that sounds pretty great. Cosmic Yeti, when played, conjure a pet, and it gets +1/1. End of turn, bounce this Yeti. Wow, so you could play this one multiple times too. That's a really good one. And this one is, okay, we've seen Triplication. Escape through time. A zombie can't be hurt this turn. Conjure a history card. Interesting. I really can't think of too many history cards off the top of my mind. Cosmic Spore Star we've seen. Galactic Cactus. Now this is our first super rare, and it's a Galactic Cactus. I like saying that, that's a fun one. Bullseye, one destroy, do 1 damage to everything. So I'm gonna guess that includes heroes as well. That could be good, but that could also totally blow up in your face if you don't time it well. Tactical Kook, destroy all plants and zombies on the ground. Wow, so that's just gonna be a whole complete clear. You definitely wanna use that when you're not at the advantage or you feel like the advantage is about to change, but still very, very cool card. And how many do we have of him? Just 1. But we do have 2 of the Planetary Gladiator. That's a tongue twister. Doctor Spacetime, is this a Doctor Who reference? Cards you conjure costs 1 brain less. When this hurts the plant hero, conjure a Galactic Gardens card. Ooh, that's pretty good. Man, this is actually a really complicated card. Well, I mean, not really complicated, but it's definitely more complicated than your average card. So that one's tough to follow, but I think that's the last one we got. It is. Man, I'm super bummed that we're not getting legendaries yet, but I'm glad that we're at least getting a lot of progress done in the whole setup here. So that's very good. So there is 11 more packs, so we're definitely gonna be opening up at least one more. And I figure we could just hop right into it. So let's go ahead and open up this bad boy and get 1,000 more gems worth of packs. 11 more. Come on, can we get a legendary this time? I just want one legendary. One Galactic Gardens legendary, can we get it? Wow, 5 more? Holy cow, 5 more. Wait, we have so many uncommon duplicates though, that is insane. Like we probably have a couple hundred sparks at this point just through the uncommon duplicates. But a lot of these, I don't think I see anything new here. I mean, some of it will say new when it's not really new, which is interesting. But oh boy. Oh no, there's some new uncommons, Aaron. Just 1 or 2. Okay, so we're getting this guy. I think we actually have 4 of him now, but more cosmic characters. Whoa, look at that, that's a new cosmic. Ooh, those are some new characters for sure. Ooh, I like it. And then super rare, come on, give me some good super rares. Oh, he is so cute, look at that banana. And then what is this? That looks like an interesting environment. What is that guy? More environment cards here, and another environment card. So many oh boy, here we go! Here we go, come on, yeah, nice! That, I already know who that is. Very awesome, I can't wait to go and check him out. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll through this really quickly. I don't think there's anything too much more when it comes to, you know, our expansions here, or our, I guess they're not expansions, but I mean, the expansion of our strategy decks. I don't think anything has gotten too much larger. It doesn't look like it. We got 33 out of the easy peasy instead of 32 now. But let's go through and check out everything. I cannot believe we got that legendary. I'm gonna check it all the way at the end, but this right here is a brand new card. This is the banana, no wait, no it's not. I just wasn't familiar with the icon there. But this right here, we have 10 of these now, which recycling them, that's 150 sparks right there. Well, I mean, we won't recycle all 10 of them, but if we were, that'd be 150 sparks. Who here is new then? I mean, I've been not looking at them through this icon here, so it's hard to tell sometimes, but this guy, Total Eclipse, we have gotten many of. You we've seen, right? Who are you in? You're the Moonwalker, okay. So yeah, I think at this point we have to be familiar with almost a full uncommon set, but here we go, the Screen Door Zombie. We got 5 of him, which is good because we didn't have him before. Gravestone, when revealed, this can't be hurt this turn. Not bad, it's not super crazy, but it's not awful either. And then we got the graveyard environment. Zombies played here are gravestones. When a zombie is revealed from a gravestone, here it gets +1. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not the best, but for 1 brains, it's okay. I think we've actually seen it before. I'm not really sure. We got ×1 here. Okay, no, that's our first time getting that card. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the rares that we haven't seen, like this guy right here. This is a Cosmic Bean, team up, 1 played, conjure a bean, and it gets team up. I'd like to see that with Super Bean. That's definitely a good one. Artichoke, oh this is cute. Leafy flower plant, when a plant or your hero is healed, do that much damage to the zombie hero. Ooh, I like it. That sounds like would be really good for one of my decks, my Chompzilla flower deck that does a lot of healing. That looks like would be a perfect fit in that combo. Biodome Botanist, when played, make a 1/1 plant. What? He makes a plant? I like that. That's pretty cool. Now, obviously, I'm guessing the idea with this guy is that you have several of them, and you just sort of want to litter the enemy plant's field with them so that they can't actually spawn in more important things. So I would almost consider this guy to be a late game move, even though he is so cheap. So interesting. I mean, we'd have to play with him to really find out, but that's sort of my expectation. We also got the Cosmic Imp, which we've seen. We got the Banana Launcher. Start of the turn, gain a Banana Bomb, and a Banana Bomb is that a Galactic card? What is a Banana Bomb? 1 stun, do 2 damage to a, oh yeah, that's right, we saw it earlier. So that's actually a pretty good one right there. And that's really cheap. I mean, it's just sort of like a defensive card, you know, it just has health, but that's pretty good. Seeing how I'm guessing it's the start of every turn, so if you don't get that guy taken out, it can be pretty scary. This is Pear Paradise. When you play a plant here, make a copy of that plant with team up there. Okay, very interesting. And that actually, that could be game ending. Oh my gosh. Imagine if you had like the Dandelion legendary, you know, the one that, you know, cuts your health in half, and just go ahead and boom, throw the Dandelion, because that's not too expensive. What is that, like 4 or 5 sun? If you had like 9 sun, boom, throw this down, boom, throw that out, and then it just makes another one, and hopefully it would have the same effect. You would be able to cut their health into a fourth, because it would be a half and then a half of a half. That's crazy. I really like that one. The Pod Fighter, this guy looks so weird. This does a bonus attack when you plant, or you play a plant here or next door. Very weird, but pretty powerful. And then we got the Bog of Enlightenment. Amphibious plants here get +2, non-amphibious zombies here get -2. Yuck. And then what do we got here? The Transformation Station environment. Start of turn, transform the zombie here into a random zombie that costs 1 brain or more. That's actually a really cool one. I could totally see something like that, and then you just pump in a ton of cards you typically wouldn't put in your deck. Like imagine putting this environment out and then getting like a ton of like 1/1 zombies. That would be a cool mix. And then here we got the Supernova Gargantuar. This guy was actually in the preview trailer, in the like that PvZ posted, you know, that explains a bunch about, you know, some of the new cards. But this is a Science Gargantuar zombie. He has Frenzy, and when a Gargantuar destroys a plant, destroy all copies of that plant. Now, when I first read this, I sort of misinterpreted it. It'll destroy all copies of that plant, but I think it's only on the field. So, you know, you wanna pull this guy out maybe against somebody like, I guess, like a Walnut. You know, maybe if Walnut threw out his legendary and there's just walnuts all over the field, throw out the Supernova Gargantuar, boom, he hits them and gets rid of all of them. That's pretty darn good. So he's a pretty good counter. He's also pretty strong on his own. For only 5 brains, you're getting a 5/7 Frenzy. That's pretty crazy. So there we go, we did get a legendary, but should we finish with that? I don't know, I think we'll go ahead and do our 4th, you know, pack of, or set of 11 of them, because I just wanna, you know, sort of make this video as jam-packed as possible for you guys, because you guys have been so supportive with the recent PvZ Heroes videos. Yesterday's episode 71, already has over like 4,000 views in less than 24 hours. Blows my mind. Thank you guys so much. So we're gonna go ahead and open up one more, you know, just one more, because I wanna be able to make, you know, have some time to make more videos soon. But oh boy, 11 more packs. Let's see what we get inside. And we've gotten so many cards today, and we aren't quite done, because like I said, I gotta go ahead and recycle a bunch of them. Man, oh man. So far I'm seeing a lot of repeat uncommons, but we definitely are maxing out some of the cards we didn't have maxed out. I don't see anything new yet. Definitely nothing new yet. But that's okay, because once again, just because we've gotten all of the uncommon cards once, doesn't mean we've gotten all of them. Like, we need to get 4 of each. Ooh, definitely some new rares there. Or at least one new rare. Yeah, no, still just one new rare, but that guy looks really cool. And then if we go down here, what are we gonna get? We get our super rare, which I think we've seen that before. We definitely haven't seen that guy. And we've seen that. We have not seen that, I don't think. Oh yeah, we've definitely seen him. That's the Doctor Who. Oh, another legendary, come on! Ooh, yeah, nice. So that's a new one as well. So let me go ahead and wait through all this strategy deck stuff again. So let's go ahead and scroll all the way back up and check out what we have here. So when it comes to uncommons, I think we've gotten all repeats. I don't see anything new. Definitely looks like it's all repeats. That's totally fine. But now we have the rares, and there's only one new rare we haven't seen before, which is the Lava Guava. Though I know he's in PvZ too. He's a fruit trick, do 2 damage to each zombie here and next storm. That's not too bad. Is that, I guess, when played, do 2 damage. If played on the, or actually no, I think that's every time he attacks, he'll do 2 damage, and then next turn, oh no, what am I talking about? He's not an active card, it's a trick. So yeah, he's just gonna do that right away. If played on the ground, make hot lava here. And is that an environment? Before combat here, do 1 damage to each plant and zombie here. So that right there is sort of like the Spikeweed one, but a little worse, I guess, because we take 1 damage as well. So that's not a good balance, but it's still interesting. A very cool card there. And now everything else here in the rares we've seen, but this is where things get interesting with the super rares and the legendary. The red planted plants here get +5/5, we've seen that. The laser cattail, this is a 2 brains, 2/1, interesting. This actually does less damage than the normal cattail. Amphibious team up, this gets +1/+1 when you play a plant here. Interesting, so actually, that's smarty. I don't know if that works for Citron then. I don't remember which one Citron is, but this plant gets +1 when you play a plant here. I would actually like to replace my normal cattails in my amphibious bean deck for Citron with this cattail. I think that would be way better. Bog of Enlightenment we've seen. Black hole plants here get -1. When a plant is played, move it here. Wow, I like that one. That one's pretty good. And then Dr. Spacetime, and then our legendary reincarnation. It's 1 sun and it's 2/2. While in your hand, at the end of a turn, this transforms into a random plant with +1/1. It keeps this ability. Ooh, I like that. So, if it reincarnates the next turn as something we do not like, we can hold on to it and it'll turn into something else the next turn. That's really big. I like that one a lot. So there we go. I think that's where we're gonna be wrapping up with the spending spree itself. So many awesome cards. I can't believe how many cards there are in this expansion. We've only gotten 2 legendaries out of the what would it be? Technically 44 packs we opened, so that's insane. But there will be many more spending sprees on the way, thanks to PopCap's support, because we had the gems to support it now, which is so exciting. But we're not quite done, because like I said, I wanted to go ahead and recycle all of my sparks. Go ahead and check out what's going on there, because we have 1,615 sparks. That right there is almost half of a legendary that we could use to go ahead and spend this. There we go. We got tons and tons of new cards here on the plant side. And then of course the same thing on the zombie side. We have 134 new plant cards and 130 new zombie cards. I'm really good we also got 1 new zombie and 1 new plant legendary. Like that's a pretty good mix. So before we finish off today's video, one thing I wanna do also is check to see how close we are to finishing any kind of strategy deck. And I also wanna talk to you guys about a few things. Currently, it seems like 2 things haven't happened yet in PvZ Heroes. 1, Season 2 has not started, and 2, those 2 new heroes that have been teased by the, promotional art don't seem to be in the game yet. Nobody has them and nobody is saying how to get them. So I'm guessing that they're not actually available in the game yet, which makes me think maybe they'll become available at the beginning of Season 2. Whenever that is, some people are saying it's within the next few days. Some people are saying it might be a little bit. We'll find out. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be during this E3 weekend. It is Friday when I'm recording this. It should be Friday when it goes up. So hopefully during this E3 weekend, they announce it and the new heroes and it goes live and we can play Season 2. That'll be a lot of fun. But I'm in the wrong page here. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm gonna be trying to get my rank up and then maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to stream once Season 2 begins, and that'll be fun. I'll do like a rank up stream if I can. I can't guarantee it, but we'll hope for it. But yeah, hopefully those things happen soon. You can always throw out your predictions in the comment section if you want. But in the meantime, as we're waiting for those heroes to be revealed and, buyable, I'm gonna go ahead and show off all the PvZ Heroes characters I haven't had the chance to show off, such as Immorticia. Or no, we showed off Immorticia, but like Neptuna and I guess like Grass Knuckles is another one we haven't shown off. So those kind of characters we'll hopefully be able to show off soon. But for now, let me go ahead and skim through my strategy decks here, because I should be really close to finishing up the Furry Friends deck. And if I select this, and then I go to info, what do I need to do to complete it? It looks like I need a few packs. I need 7,500 worth of sparks to finish it, which I do not have, but I had pretty close to that. Like if I go ahead, I have how many? Oh, actually I do. So I could finish out my first strategy deck with sparks here if I wanted to. Now I know there's also a plant one, if I go ahead here, that I'm super close to finishing as well, which should be the pea shooter one, the green shadow one. If we go all the way down, because for whatever reason, she's like super far down here, 33 out of 40 instead of 34. If we go to info, how much would it cost? 14,000, holy cow, that one's way more expensive. Oh my gosh. So we would definitely finish off that Smash one if we want to see that. You guys can always let me know if you want me to show off the strategy decks or not. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends and family, and of course, comment in the comment section below. If you watch this part of the video, make sure you comment Legendary Zebra, so I know you've watched it in the video, and you are a Zebratastic viewer. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.